Hello and welcome everyone to tonight's Metroid Item Randomizer League. We have the Clippers, Lomion Jones versus June of the Golden Showers. I am here with Glove. How you doing tonight, Glove?
I'm doing really well. I'm really excited to see this match. This is the first game that's being played between the Clippers and the Golden Shower, and this is the eighth seed team versus the ninth seed team. So seeding
Mm-hmm.
wise, these are the This is the closest race we're gonna get this round.
Yeah, very,
Uh,
very close. You are right. It's the Golden Showers just edged out the Clippers with a 10-4 over a 9-5.
wow, that's honestly crazy. Like we've seen a really competitive playoff season
Mm-hmm.
this year.
Yep. Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that these two players, Lomion and Junie, they both know each other. They've played the game a bunch,
Oh yeah.
and I think it'll be really exciting to see. I think Junie has the edge here, but
Mm-hmm.
really either one of these players could take it, and I wouldn't be surprised at all.
So these are the gravity players. So let's talk a little bit about their selection here. We have a Chozo full area and rando bosses. So what all does that mean for our folks at home?
Yeah, sure. So let's sort of start with the simplest and go from there. So
Mm-hmm.
boss randomizer is pretty simple. It just shuffles around the location of bosses. So maybe where you normally fight Kraid, you fight Ridley instead. It's not possible to get a vanilla configuration, so at least two of the bosses have to be swapped.
Mm.
However, all four of them could be. And then a full randomizer means that all of the items are shuffled with all the other items. We don't have like something like major minor, which you would usually see in like seasons past, where all of the like e-tanks and named items are in one pool and all of the missiles, super missiles, and power bombs are in another. It's not like that. Everything's swapped together.
It's full
Or oh,
area
so
rando
yeah,
and
no, oh
Chozo.
my goodness, sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's all
Chozo.
right. Yeah.
uh, so that's what full randomizer would be.
Mm-hmm.
Chozo uh, means that all of the items at Chozo statues are swapped amongst each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that is mainly the named items. However, we do also see a few missiles, supers, and power bombs in that pool, as well as a couple E-tanks.
Mm-hmm.
And then for area randomization, um, area randomization takes certain sections of the map and swaps around the connectors between them.
Now
Which
this.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
good.
we will see playing out shortly enough. Right here with Lomion, we're seeing a potential deviation here.
Mm-hmm.
Lomion likely wants to check what is behind these side hoppers.
Mm. Finding an E-tank there. Pretty nice actually. This seed has so far given 5 missiles, 5 supers, and 5 power bombs, kind of right away.
Yeah, I always like it, especially with area randomization. You can
Mm-hmm.
get some really nasty hunts for supers or power bombs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
Having
right, and
some.
that is the red tower elevator.
Mm-hmm.
So Lomian has the chance to continue forward and check quite a few more area gates. So we're going to be seeing extremely different routes already between Junie and Lomian.
Yeah,
This is really interesting.
yeah. Junie's gonna be coming over here to the 230 missiles. Ooh, screw attack.
Yeah. That's a lovely item to see in full area randomization,
Mm-hmm.
where you can often find yourself in a really awkward situation.
Yeah. Suddenly you're in Norfair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Screw attack is a spectacular item. All right, we're gonna see morph ball bomb check here from Joonie Joone, and meanwhile Lomion's gonna go back out and down to the bottom of the top of Red Tower. So with these really varied routes that we're seeing,
Whoa!
That's a Varia suit.
It could be a long time before Junie sees that.
Yeah, it could very well be. That is a spectacular find for Lomion right there. That's wow. This looks like Junie might be going to Gauntlet with this screw attack. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I like this play a lot. With Screw Attack, Gauntlet is just about the fastest it can be.
Yeah. Yeah. No space jump to make it even faster, but...
And especially, like, the nice thing with Chozo randomization is just because there are fewer Chozo statues, each one is much more valuable. So I almost always like Gauntlet play in Chozo.
Yeah, seems really reasonable. Oh, Lomion finding Meridia right there.
I didn't quite catch it. Which one was it?
It was you know, I'm not sure which part of Meridia it was now. It was real quick. Lomion jumped right out. I'm leaving.
Glass tube. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, that is another portal that Lomion doesn't have to check. And it's a really nice one because you only get to check it once up until you get high jump boots.
Yeah.
At least to my knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah. June not finding too much here in Gauntlet. There's some power bombs here in the back and a pack of missiles. Not that exciting. Plus, I think it was supers on the statue. But we'll find out what's here in Terminator really quickly, and some more power bombs there for June. So a very comfortable number of power bombs for the moment. 15. That's kind of like that's a sweet spot for me. I like that 15 power bombs. Once I'm there, I'm not really interested in power bombs anymore.
Definitely.
Okay, Forgotten Highway there for June in the Torian entrance.
And let's see what he finds on the other side.
Gonna get a high jump check here from Lomion, and it's Speed Booster. Whoa, June into Crocomire. Good thing June has all those super missiles.
Yeah, he's got enough ammo to complete this and feel fine.
Yeah, not doing
it's
doubles.
Still slow.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, we only have one Chozo here, as opposed to the two major items it would be.
Yeah, because of the grapple beam is effectively the only one. The one behind Croc is not.
Oh no!
Oh, that is. Junie has a save at the ship for going into Gauntlet. So this isn't that horrendous.
Yeah.
But gonna lose a bunch of that ammo, and that's tough. That's real tough. That is real tough. You hate to see that kind of thing.
For sure. Junie's route already was not really panning out into anything. And with each door that Junie goes through, it seems more and more like he unfortunately missed the one portal that was fully intended for progression.
Yep. That Varia suit there. That Lomion has. Let's see if Junie makes this CWJ. Nope. Try it again. Oh, this trick's so difficult. Oh, that looked good. Meanwhile, Lomion's just kind of running around in Upper Norfair here.
There
Yes.
we go. Nice.
Yeah. Man, that feels so good when you finally get it. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
that's all the Norfair. All the Norfair there for jooniejoone.
So Junie has no choice at this point, really,
Mm-hmm.
but to either attempt Croc again, or what he'll hopefully do, go back down
Yeah.
and take the morph portal that Lomion entered.
Yeah, follow along with meme route, which is what Lomion did, which we know leads to that Varia suit. Lomion coming over here, going to be opening up to the lava room. Interesting. I don't know that that spark's going to let him get across the moat there, but yeah, says that's not where I want to be. All right, so jooniejoone is going back down here. Looks like this is probably gonna be to the meme route, and that will lead jooniejoone to that Varia suit. Now, other than this speed booster, Lomion hasn't really found much, and we find Lomion now kind of tracking around a lot of the places that jooniejoone has been.
Yeah, and that's where it does get a little bit interesting is June isn't nearly as far behind as it might initially seem,
Mm-hmm.
because knowledge is by far the most important thing in area rando. It
Yep.
almost feels like it doesn't even start until you have all or at least most of the area rando gates mapped out.
Yeah. Building that map is incredibly important. Something I stink at. So yeah, big things that we're still kind of looking for is Big Pink. There's a couple of big items there. Bubble Mountain here, which Lomion just found. There's a couple of nice items here, right? We're gonna find Speed Booster, and we're gonna find Wave Beam off of that, off of this area as chosen statues. All right, there is the glass tube for jooniejoone, clipping into the tube.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna see a spazer check here from jooniejoone. Meanwhile, Lomion's just trying to get up Bubble Mountain. Some missiles at spazer. Not very exciting. Oh, Lomion has speed boost. I wonder if Lomion knows you can run through the save room and make it across.
Oh, that waiver. What a
Yeah,
meanie.
yeah. Between the waivers and King Cac. Okay, Lomion just saying, forget this. I'm using a power bomb to clear out the enemies. Not a bad
Yeah.
choice.
I'm pretty confident Lomian knows you can just run through the save through. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like at this point, he almost, it's like he wants to prove that he can do
Can
this.
do it. Mm-hmm. Well, certainly can do it because we just witnessed it. jooniejoone, they're finding Green Hill Zone, but the bottom of Green Hill Zone, not wanting to go back through that. So coming back here and trying out this Meridia entrance, only to find more Norfair. High jump boots there for Lomion Jones at the speed booster. So here's new bridge. We're gonna come across, back into Green Hill Zone, and jooniejoone gonna have to use the gate clip. Oh no, gate removed. Never mind.
Yeah. That's just there are a couple of tweaks like that,
Yeah.
just for area randomizer that just make it a lot more palatable, especially for the beginning stages of the game
Yeah.
when even if you have found missiles and supers and whatnot, maybe you haven't found a whole ton of them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to remember all these changes. There's so many different modes that this particular league has used,
Hmm.
And yeah, it's just like all the stuff like that is tough for me to remember it all. All right, we're checking out Under the Ocean there, and double chambers for Lomion Jones. Both runners finding a missile pack. Not very exciting.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this is that's a charge beam for Lomion.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately for Junie, though, this is going to be a rough fight without that Varia. He finding another doorway that was still part of Red Tower was really a blessing and a curse because he
Yep.
never made it down to those alpha power bombs.
No. No, but is here in the wreck ship. This does not need to be Fantoon. It could be any boss.
Oh, that's completely right. This could be Ridley.
Yeah. Which would be probably the worst. Ridley or Dragon would be, I think, the worst scenario here for jooniejoone. Kraid or Fantoon would be fantastic.
Yeah, Fantoon would be perfect here because then he can just explore wrecked ship.
Exactly. Fantoon
Kraid
would be.
only opens up one check.
Yeah, and we haven't seen the warehouse, so.
Yeah. Well, warehouse is nothing in this. It's not a Chozo. Or sorry, warehouse. No, the Kraid E-tank is nothing in this. So just this item behind Kraid is going to be what we're seeing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it is Kraid here at the wreck ship for jooniejoone. Lomion Jones going to be coming over to Spazer. We know it's a missile pack. Not very exciting. And
nice Kraid quick kill.
Yeah, that was really, really nice there by jooniejoone. Oh, well, that's really nice there for jooniejoone.
I'm still just really scared. Like, he never really has a great time to make it back to alpha power bombs, whereas Lomion will come across that wrecked ship at some point.
Yep. That's very, very true. So it's certainly an interesting development here for jooniejoone. Meanwhile, Lomion continues to explore around the Red Tower, finding the warehouse. So maybe we'll get a peek at which boss is over here in replace of Kraid.
And at this point, we have found access to every single area except Turian, and technically West Meridia. However, there aren't any bosses or anything there.
Yeah, we did find the Forgotten Highway.
Yeah, we have both entrances to East Meridia with Dragon mapped out.
Alright, so jooniejoone's gonna go back kind of toward this Forgotten Highway, and we're gonna see what is back over here. Possibly Turian.
Oh, that would be miserable.
Yeah, it would be.
So to answer the question in chat, can Spore Spawn ever show up? Spore Spawn will still be at his vanilla location. Boss Randomizer only ever randomizes the quote-unquote, like the golden 4 bosses. So that's Kraid, Fantoon, Dragon, and Ridley.
Yep. That's right. And we got a reset there from Lomion.
Yeah. He unfortunately he technically could have killed Ridley, I suppose.
Oh, it'd been really, really hard. Charge power 8 super missiles. Nope. Nope.
Yeah,
I concur with the reset. So here we have jooniejoone in Mount Everest. Going to be doing some gravity jumps here to get up Mount Everest. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, including the one he's looking to figure out right now. He has
Hmm.
3 gates to check here.
Yeah.
So after he checks Redfish Room, he'll be able to go down, and the other 2 gates are right next to each other. We got Main Street bottom and Crab Hole bottom left.
Yeah.
So that could be Arturian. There's not
Could
much of the
be.
map left at this point.
Mm-mm.
We've got Lower North Fair exit.
There's
We've
Turian.
got Turian. Oh, there's Turian.
Yep. So, Turian up here by Seffi Pongfish. And then, yeah, we'll see. What else can Junie June kind of check here? Is Junie June going over to Mama Turtle? No, I guess Mama
There wouldn't
Turtle's
be a
not
reason
going to have
to here.
anything, yeah. All right, so down the elevator for Junie June. Lomion Jones coming back over here. Green Hill Zone taking the door. Back into Big Pink. Can find out here what's at the charge beam. There's Grapple.
And I'm not sure if Junie knows it, but that means that Crab Hole bottom left is Lower North Fair exit, or Three Musketeers.
Hmm. All right, there's more ball bombs there for Junie June. And we're going to get a look at the Spore Spawn Supers.
Yeah,
Oh.
especially since Junie only has 5 power bombs, he'll appreciate these bombs, but not as
Yeah.
much as Lomion's appreciating that ice beam.
Ice beam, yeah, really, really nice there. Gonna immediately turn it off. I honestly, I don't blame him there. Turning it off. It's just like the freezing the enemies is kind of annoying. So yeah, we'll see where Lomion wants to go right now. Meanwhile, Junie June gonna be coming over here, kind of into this Big Pink area that we see Lomion leaving. They're doing a little high five here.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Lomion's
yeah,
gonna farm these fireflies. Okay, for power bombs. Why are you
yeah,
going
he
over to
has
the map
to.
station? Nobody comes over here. Oh, sorry. That's the
Yeah,
mistake.
I guess he was just resetting the room there to get more light. I'm honestly not sure why he got so many power bombs though. He'll be going into Edicoons now, or no, he won't. There's no Chozos down there. That's why.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Chozo really messes with your brain if you're used to major minor.
Oh, the last several races I did were major minor. So yeah, this is messing with my brain. And there is an E-tank for Lomion. We saw Junie June pick that up earlier. The morph ball bombs there.
Yeah, so we're in a kind of funny stage of area rando right now,
Mm-hmm.
where I'm not sure either player has the map fully mapped out, but both of them are quite close to having the map just about fully mapped out. However, they're severely underpowered right now.
Yeah.
They have charge and ice beam, and 15 supers to their name.
Well, Junie June doesn't even have that charge, right?
Oh,
Only
that's true.
only Lomion has found that. So that's something that's squirreled away in those heated rooms that Lomion's been able to kind of go through, whereas Junie has not. So we're gonna see Junie go up the Bryn Star elevator here. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Look at the sink.
Yeah. Both players in the elevator at the same time. And we're in Meridia. Okay. So Lomion gonna have a bit of a tough time to get through here, but Junie got that gravity suit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lomion isn't gonna like what he sees here either,
Yeah,
so he'll have to perform a really obnoxious wall jump to get back up.
it's a whole lot of nothing.
Oh, he just saved. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to do some annoying ice shenanigans with that crap. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about whether he wants to go and check what boss is there. He knows it can't be Ridley. He has not seen Dragon yet, so it could be Dragon. Could be Dragon, or we know it could be Fantoon. He does not know that. Or
Yeah.
he knows it could be Fantoon. He doesn't know that it can only be Dragon or Fantoon.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we've seen Kraid. We know where Kraid is at the wreck ship, and we've seen Ridley, who's hiding out at the warehouse. So it has to be either Dragon or Fantoon.
And to answer a question in the chat, so for this mode, for the gravity players, the players take turns choosing settings they want out of the 3 modes of major split between major minor rando, full item rando, or chozo rando, which was chosen as chozo for today. Area rando as off, light, or full. So here the areas are fully randomized, and whether bosses' locations are randomized, which they are.
Yep.
So the bosses were all shuffled around.
Yeah, the areas are shuffled around, the bosses are shuffled around, the items are shuffled around, but specifically on the Chozo statues. So yeah, this is a crazy seed we're seeing. This is something pretty unique to the gravity players. That they get this kind of cool selection of modes, and the higher seed gets the first pick and kind of the last pick, right? Because there's 3 total modes that end up getting chosen.
Yep.
So very cool. The Varia players just do dash, and the power suit players they just do major minor.
Yep. Unless we do hit a game 4 and game 5 situation,
Yep.
in which case the gravity format is mirrored. To answer a question in chat, the Varia randomizer added boss shuffling at least a couple years ago. I think it's been around for most of Varia's lifespan.
Yeah, it's been around for quite some time. Yeah.
Yeah, and gravity and screw. So gravity, it's a bit difficult to explain with the area rando, but gravity was behind Kraid, which is at Fantoon's location, and wreck ship can be accessed through Green Brinstar, Green Hill Zone.
Yep. And here we see Fantoon down here for Lomion. So all the way down the bottom of Norfair is in fact Fantoon. So this is going to be really nice here for Lomion. When Lomion does find the wrecked ship, it's going to be completely on. Going to find Kraid and the gravity suit. And, there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff for Lomion to explore there.
Yeah.
Something we haven't noted yet is Junie is actually taking damage despite having the gravity suit. This is something that the randomizer does. It turns off the heat protection that is normally granted by a gravity suit. There's a couple of other things too, as far as like spike damage or something like that. That's the lesson code.
Yeah, so basically the gravity suit does not offer any environmental damage, which can be considered both like heat type stuff and anything that isn't an enemy Although what qualifies as an enemy is a little bit complicated.
Uh, yeah, that was interesting. Joonie just reset away the high jump boots.
I don't think he had enough health to get back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's
He was really hoping for an E-tank there.
yeah. I was gonna say, that's not an item you reset away typically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's my, and I think many people would agree with me, it's my favorite quote-unquote non-essential item in the game.
Hmm. I'm all about spring ball.
Good item.
Best item in the game. But yeah. All right. So June's going to maybe go check double chambers and wave now. This double chamber is a pretty rough room here. All right, power bomb's a shame. Just holds a missile pack. There's that missile pack in double chambers here for Joone.
Now, when Junie's going through all of this, he will have a significantly easier time just by virtue of having both gravity and screw attack.
Yeah. Oh, that's Junie's probably pretty upset about this situation right here.
Yeah.
Having to reset away both high jump and charge beam. Junie wants those.
Not in a great spot here. He still has to get through 3 musketeers.
Yeah.
On
exactly 100 energy.
Yeah, so this is one hit KO mode for him.
Never mind. Look at that nicely placed E-tank at
Oh, nice.
Firefly.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. That's one of the nice things that you can see about Chozo. There just aren't enough Chozo statues for all of the E-tanks, so most of them are just out in the wild with the missiles, supers, and power bombs. So sometimes you can just get bailed out in a major way.
Mm-hmm. That's something that Junie's looking for, really.
Yeah. Now, Lomion already knows what reverse amphitheater is. It would be a much easier way to do it, and I think that might be what he's thinking right now. Because otherwise, he still has to contend with exiting back out through Meridia.
Yeah, that's true. And that'd be really, really tough. Reverse amphitheater is still pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be the play he's going for if he's going this far to fill up his reserves.
I would think so. I mean, there's no other reason to do this that I can think of. Alright, Joone coming in here to Aqueduct. It's gonna take Joone to Bot Wound. Potentially the sand pit.
Yeah, unfortunately Lomion did not realize that he has the grapple beam, which would have made that farming a good bit easier.
That's true. And you move through the water so slow with just the Varia suit.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not sure if he can do it now. With the reserves, he might have to manually reserve here. Nah, he's got it. Okay. Yeah, he did benefit. One of the nice things about the suits being balanced, the way that they are, is Varia gives you double environmental protection.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a benefit there for Lomion. Alright, some supers here at Mickey Mouse. And it's a bot wound fight for Joone.
Yeah.
Worst hitbox in the game.
Oh, and with only charge and ice here, Joone really doesn't want to waste supers.
No. Junie doesn't have charge. Junie had to reset charge away.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
Junie has to defeat Bot Wound with missiles.
And he makes it.
Yeah, nicely done.
Botwoon is big ol' meanie pants though, and only drops 1 super.
Yeah. There's some more supers there behind Bot Wound for Junie.
Now, at this point, this boss has to be vanilla, right?
That's correct. Yeah, this has to be Dragon. We've seen Phantoon, we've seen Ridley, and we've seen Crate already, so. Dragon or Dragon?
Oh, of all the items that you could find here at GT, I have to imagine that X-Ray is not quite what Lomion was looking for.
No, Lomion probably went. And that you can quote him on. Yeah, has the infinite bomb jump out of here too.
Yeah.
Really?
You can make this jump. Lomion's a moonfaller, right? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of these runners have moonfall on.
Yeah, so there is a method that you can use. You get basically as far into the door as possible, and then you can do it with a running jump, since Lomion has speed and high jump boots.
Oh
However,
yeah.
if you're not familiar with it, then it's better to just go what you're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
You don't need Moonwalk. It does make it easier though.
Yeah, it makes it much easier to set up the. Alright, so here's a Dragon for jooniejoone. This is gonna be a really tough fight. Does not have enough energy to grapple Dragon.
Yeah, not without that Varia.
23 supers though, so should be.
Yeah, Dragon takes 20 supers to go down, so Junie doesn't have a ton of wiggle room, and hopefully he's thinking about the fact he doesn't have Varia.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
There
It is
you
only
go.
2 tanks.
Nicely
Yeah.
done.
Well,
Well, with the number of supers that jooniejoone punched into
right.
Dragon
Yeah, there we
first,
go. That's it.
yeah. So that was really heads up there by jooniejoone,
Mm-hmm.
and gonna be
He's
rewarded with Spring Ball.
much love.
Mm-hmm. Best item in the game. So jooniejoone is probably very excited that he now has that Spring Ball.
Yeah,
Lomion
now
back at the ship.
Spring
Go
Ball
ahead.
won't do anything for him progression, or no, it will actually, because he had to reset high jump boots.
Mm-hmm.
So Spring Ball is currently his only way to do worst from in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that Junie's got to have on the back of his mind, though. Getting at least the charge beam that's over there. That's something Junie definitely wants.
Yeah, Junie has accomplished quite a bit so far in this race. It's just really unfortunate that the rest of his route and his route so far is really awkward because he missed. There's Lomion trapped in the BT. But yeah, Junie missed that Varia. That was 1 room away.
Yeah, I love how
it's not like he made an incorrect decision necessarily.
Mm-mm. Well, no, he doesn't know, right? So, when you're presented with 2 options, you have a 50-50 chance, basically.
Yeah, like I think if you were like trying to fully think about how to route something out, you would almost always check that Chozo before checking the door transition there.
Yeah.
I think that's possibly just a consequence of these settings being something you wouldn't normally run across. Throughout the whole 7 weeks so far, we never did Chozo randomization area, Rando.
Yeah, no. Yeah, this is definitely something that I think the runners may be not quite used to. All right, we're gonna get a plasma check here for Joonie Lomion back at the ship. And it's a trash tank. I'm sure Joonie actually wants that, though. Only 2 E-tanks at this point in time. That basically puts Joonie at 2 E-tanks to reserve. So, effectively 4 E-tanks. Not quite.
Yeah.
And Joonie's going to have to springball out. Yeah, springball out of this room.
Yeah, you can technically make the wall jump out of here, but it's the same as the worst room in the game, wall jump.
Pixel perfect, really hard.
frame pixel perfect. So
yeah,
nobody has time for that.
That was a really nice gauntlet spark there by Lomion Jones. Going to be coming across here to find the kind of junk that is in Gauntlet. I'm actually surprised Lomion did not pick up the supers there, though. Only 25 right now as his maximum.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision. Like, so he doesn't know this yet, but he will be on a go mode just through the path of trying to go around beating the game at this point.
Yep.
Because he's gonna check that item behind crate. He's gonna get that gravity. So at that point, all he needs is a way to kill Mother Brain, which he technically has. But I think most of us aspire to something more than Charge Ice.
Oh man, I don't know. He could be going low percent strats, 200 shots on Mother Brain. But yeah, I agree. Having additional supers would just make that a lot easier. Like, look at Joonie, right? Already at 30, which is enough to take down Ridley. So if Joonie had more energy tanks, it'd be something where I would think Joonie would almost be inclined to want to go and even fight Ridley even without that Varia suit.
Yeah, if he had high jump boots, I think it would be much more palatable, because if you know what you're doing, and I would suspect Joonie does, he's at least done RBO before, then doing the infinite pogo manipulation with screw attack is I don't want to say trivial, because it's pretty simple, but there is room for error in which you just die.
Yep.
But it is pretty simple to figure out and just spin, jump, break, spin over and over again.
Yep. All right, there's some power bombs after taking down Crocomire for Joonie. Lomion Jones decides to reset back to the ship here, not finding what he's looking for. So I'm going to lose all that ammo, actually, from Gauntlet.
Yeah, I imagine both players are feeling pretty frustrated at this point, not having their second suit 40 minutes in.
All right, Lomion going by 230, which we know is screw attack. Maybe going to be coming back down here to meme route. Let's see where that leads.
Yeah, and 230 missiles is, in my opinion, the easiest Chozo statue to forget in the entire game.
Oh, 100%.
So I totally get it from Lomion.
Yeah. Not remembering 230? Yeah, for sure. That's like, do you do 100%? How often do you do 100%? Even when you do 100%, you're on autopilot by the time you get to 230. So it's just like, you don't remember that's a statue there.
Yeah, it's the the third missile pack the game wanted me to pick up is a Chozo statue.
Yeah, for real. But it's the last one you pick up when you do 100%, and that's the only time anybody goes there. right? Major minors, you're not going over there,
Yeah.
right? Anything like that, that's a minor. Nobody
Mhm.
goes to 230. So there, Lomion Jones, or sorry, jooniejoone finding an E-tank at grapple, probably relieved to find an E-tank. Not going to check out cosine room.
Yeah. Now, what I am hoping here for Lomion, I hope that Lomion sort of never remembers that 230
Mm.
is a major item location.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know like Screw Tack, now that he's already through Lower Norfair, won't do that much for him.
Mm-mm. Nope, and there's a lot of players that turn it off in order to Zeb skip, so I'm not sure if these guys do, but we've seen
Yeah.
that a number of times throughout this league.
Unfortunately, right now, Junie is not getting any closer to his Varia suit.
No, but there's a spacer beam for Lomion. And in Randomizer, that is better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. You'll take that every time, as long as you don't have plasma.
Yeah, with with this beam, I start feeling a little bit better about using charge shots in the Mother Brain fight.
Yeah,
It is, I believe, the weird math beam.
it is. Ice charge spacer. If Tracy's around in chat, she'll be able to tell us exactly how many shots this beam combo requires.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was so Ice
It's like
Spazer is
87 or
yeah,
something like that.
180 charged. It's really weird.
Yeah.
So although so that's not the bad math beam then. So that's just a flat 100 shots.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Wave Spazer is the weird one.
Okay.
Because that does 210 damage.
Hmm. All right, Lomion Joe's back running across New Bridge here. Going to be coming back through Green Hills on the back way. jooniejoone finding the top of Red Tower.
Here's hoping.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's going down. He is going down, and this is going to take jooniejoone to the big ticket item that
What a
he has been
beautiful
missing.
thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be that Varia suit. Probably both relieved and annoyed to see that, because he knows he could have had that much earlier.
Yeah.
All right, Lomion Jones now into the wrecked ship. This is going to lead Lomion to Kraid and Gravity Suit. So really interesting. Both runners having both suits at basically the same time. Lomion's going to be a little bit slower to that second suit, but it's basically guaranteed at this point.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to think. Does Junie know where Ridley is at this? Oh, well, yes, he does.
I mean, if not, he will really soon. Skipping
Yeah.
over Kraid E-Tank, that's not anything.
To be honest, I'm not actually sure how big a time differential there is between these two right now.
Oh, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. So the one thing here is Lomion has only one boss down, whereas Junie has two. Lomion
Yeah,
has
but that
Phantoon.
yeah, that is the longest boss to defeat though, because it's
100%.
in Lower Norfair.
Exactly. Yep. So that is something that Junie is going to have to take the long trek to get all the way down to Lower Norfair to even find Phantoon. Junie taking the save there and going to be very excited to see the Ridster.
Yeah, Ridley at
This
Kraid
is
is
heads
actually
up.
really nice because of what Junie's doing right now.
Yep, exactly.
Even faster than Lower Norfair farming.
Yeah, this is guaranteed supers off the mini Kraid, so it was very, very heads up there by Junie, because he knows he's seen Dragon and he's seen Kraid, So left is Ridley and Fantoon. And boom, there it is, Ridley. So jooniejoone can take out Ridley. It's a dangerous fight, but this is basically any percent here with a little bit of a twist. And space jump
that
here
space jump is good.
Yeah, space jump for Lomion at the wreck ship E-Tank. Yeah, that's a nice movement item. That's one thing that Lomion has is all these really nice movement items. So, okay, jooniejoone does have Ridley down here. So that's 3 bosses for Junie.
Yeah, so Junie has a pretty simple route at this point. He has to go through. So he wants to go through Lower Norfair, and then where does he want to exit from there?
Well, there's a plasma beam.
Oh, actually, Junie's route is quite nice.
Yeah.
So he goes through Lower Norfair, exits into West Meridia, and then can just enter Turian from there.
Yeah, that's really nice. And jooniejoone finding that plasma beam there behind Ridley. One thing that jooniejoone's want to try to do is pick up that that charge beam at some point in time. So make his way back over to double chambers.
And if he's gonna be there, I have to imagine he's picking up high jump as well.
I would too. But you never know. So is back down red tower here for jooniejoone. Meanwhile, Lomion is going all the way through the wreck ship, all over the wreck ship. So has not yet gone over to Kraid though. Is just clearing out all the big items in the wreck ship in hopes of, well, frankly, that gravity suit. That's really what Lomion is looking for.
Kago.
I've never seen anybody Kago through the Chozo statue there.
Yeah, you're cursed now. Every single time I've heard somebody say I've never seen anyone Kago through that statue, for the next week, all they ever do is Kago through that statue.
Oh, great. A good thing I've been playing a lot of Zelda lately and not Super Metroid.
It's gonna be really weird when the bowling statue shows up in your Zelda game.
Well, I mean, I do play me plenty of SMZ3, so. Alright, so jooniejoone kind of at this back entrance here. This is actually where jooniejoone wants to be, because this is charge. And jooniejoone wants that. And there's a wave for Lomion.
Yeah, it's easy enough to say stuff from the commentator's desk, but I do think it would have been probably better to say, okay, I know that this boss probably isn't Dragon.
That's true.
And then just reset out if it is.
Yeah.
But of course, he could have just as easily found gravity there to begin with. And been able to do the Dragon that was there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that was the gamble that Lomion was making, right? I've got everything turned on here in the wreck ship. Let me clear it out, get all the items that I can. If it's gravity, then I am set for the rest of the game. I'm in go mode, right? Because what else would he possibly be looking for, except for that plasma beam? But we know that's behind Ridley. So maybe he'll find that anyway. Maybe. Because he's got full spacer combo right now.
What does his path look like from here? Going back into Norfair this way. Why?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Honestly, I've lost where Junie is kind of trying to route to go to Lower Norfair. Did pick up that charge. It has skipped over the high jump boots. But yeah, maybe Junie has forgotten that he can get to Norfair from the moat. All right, so there's that gravity suit for Lomion, and Lomion is actually probably pretty excited.
Yeah, with his beam combo, I expect him to full go mode this.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing that I don't know, he might want to check is that item after Ridley. I don't know. That's the only thing I could see, and that would give him the plasma beam combo, which would be really sweet.
Yeah, and if I find plasma with Lomion's item set, I'm full go moding that. Like, there's literally nothing I could find that would make it better.
No, no, not even screw attack at this point in time. Lower Norfair is taken care of, so there's nothing. Yeah, space jump. We already got all the movement items. Screw attack is really the only item that Lomion might want. We know that's at 230,
And I think these players, both in the same area, are both trying to figure out where or like how to get where they want to go.
yeah, I wonder if either of them is using a map helper. There's some sort of map helper that I know some other folks have been using.
Yeah, I love the map tracker. I mean, I've got it right up now for commentary, so that I'm not completely lost.
Oh, I'm just trying to do it all from memory, and I'm definitely completely lost. Alright, so, no, this is not where Junie wants to be, but let's see where he goes from here, and Lomion gonna be coming back into the warehouse. So this is going to lead Lomion to the Ridley. So that's actually where Lomion wants to be right now. Alright, jooniejoone finally into Norfair, where he wants to be, to head down to that lower Norfair in order to get to his last remaining boss, a Phantoon.
Yeah, so he's gonna go through Chronic Boost and then go across mode to access lower Norfair.
Yeah.
And it'll actually look like a pretty standard lower Norfair. He's going to enter through the entrance and exit through the exit, which is somewhat uncommon.
In these area randomizers, for sure.
Yeah.
Alright, jooniejoone gonna do a gravity jump here. Nicely done. And see, this is actually something that I think right now, you look at, Lomion's going to go into Ridley, and he's got 20 supers. I think picking up one or two more supers is something that would really help Lomion out here. Even though he's got that full spacer combo, just the supers are faster DPS on Ridley, so.
Yeah, it's going to be 20 charge shots. Each charge shot can be 3 missiles instead, so I'm not sure how many of those missiles hit.
Yeah, it looked like a number of them might have missed.
So it'll probably be closer to like a 10 to 15 charge shot fight.
Yeah. Yeah, but having at least 5 to 10, those 5 more supers up in Gauntlet or something like that, right? Would have been pretty nice there. And so jooniejoone coming into fast pillars here, not actually doing it fast without the shine spark.
Yep, unfortunately, again, getting that Varia suit late made so much of what Junie had to do really awkward. That's why he doesn't have his high jump boost right now. It's why he doesn't have that speed booster.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be using the spring ball jump here. Nicely done. That can be really awkward to do.
Yeah, especially the way that he does it, where he doesn't buffer it through the pause. So he actually has to react to the game being unpaused and Samus moving again.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Alright, and
there's
Lomi gets that plasma.
yeah, there's that one item check, and that really sets Lomian up. Lomian has only Dragon left. Dragon is in her vanilla location, so this is going to be pretty interesting here. Because I think Joonie has even after he defeats Fantoon, has a really long way to get out of here to get back to Torian.
Nah, he actually has a pretty fast way to get to Turian. If you go through Lower Norfair Escape, that puts you at Crab Hole, and then Fish Room is Turian. So you just have to go up through West Meridia.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Junie has a much faster route to Turian after this one boss. However,
Mm,
he doesn't have the movement items.
no. No high jump, no speed booster, no space jump. Got the spling ball though.
Hmm.
And it's gonna miss out on that wave beam, so it's gonna have charge ice plasma. So Lomian's route gave him a whole bunch more as far as like items, but I don't know. This is tough. I
Yeah,
think
it seems like Lomian knows the route he wants to take
yeah.
because he goes down here and then he goes to Croc's entrance. That puts him in Aqueduct. From there, he can kill Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm not sure there's actually a great way to get to West Meridia from East Meridia on this map, because the one West Meridia entrance is Lower Norfair. One of
Yeah.
them is at the end of Forgotten Highway. One is Pink Elevator, and one is Turian. So Pink Elevator is going to be, or Green Bridge Star Elevator rather, is going to be what he's looking to get to.
Yeah. And that's not it's not real close to where he is.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to go all the way back through Red Tower to the bottom of Red Tower, go through Bryn Star to get to that elevator to get into West Meridia. So that's an awkward route.
Yeah.
It's possible that there's a better path here that I'm not seeing. That's the thing with Area Randomizer is sometimes you just have to go for the path you see instead of what necessarily might be the best path. Because
Yeah.
if you take too much time just thinking about the route you need to take, then you're adding time to how long that route's taking.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very, very true. And this is a speed run. We want to get through things as fast as possible here. This will be interesting to see how much time Junie gives up to the item kind of differential. Right, Junie's not going to be able to do baby skip, no high jump, no space jump, no nothing.
Yeah, under the assumption that Junie knows where he needs to go from here, I would say he has a fairly sizable lead.
Yeah, all bosses down now, which is really nice, right? Lomian still has to defeat Dragon. And as you were pointing out, like once Lomian defeats Dragon, he's still in kind of an awkward position to get to Torian. So, yeah, and if this is accurate based on what you were saying routing wise, there's a couple more supers there for Junie. Then, which, you know, I absolutely believe you're correct with the routing. Then we're gonna see Junie in Torian pretty shortly.
Yeah. Obviously, Junie doesn't have speed or any movement items. That's not nearly as big a deficit as it would be if, say, Lomian had Ice Beam and Junie did not.
Yeah. Both of them luckily have the ice beam. There was a really nice microwave beam on Dragon by Lomion.
Yeah, and a really cool gravity jump from Junie.
Yeah. Junie's been using that gravity jump all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a nice
this.
trick, and it can really make up for not having speed and high jump.
Yeah, absolutely. This is kind of going to be it, right? Junie's in the fishbowl already. Going to be heading up to Mount Everest here.
Yeah.
And we know that at the top of Mount Everest, right, is the entrance to Zorian.
Yeah, and I would be remiss if I did not mention Lumion's lovely waffle there.
Oh, yeah. It was nice.
Yeah, like as wild as things can get with these settings, you still got to take time to appreciate some really nice movement from both of these runners.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, they've been just absolutely showing off what they can do, and it is fantastic. There is that Zeffy Punkfish again.
So Lomion is thinking hard here about where he wants to go.
Yeah. Probably trying to figure out where he is in relation to the Torian entrance. Meanwhile, Junie is now going down the elevator.
Business Center does not connect to Green Bryn.
Mm-mm. No, it does not.
The Green Bryn connection is in West Meridia, Green Hill Zone is Wrecked Ship, and New Bridge is back in Red Tower.
Back in Red Tower, yep.
So, yeah, so, like, I guess Business Center does eventually lead back to Green Bryn, but you have to go through all of Brinstar first.
Yeah, that'd be really, really slow.
Yeah, it's what he has to do here.
Yeah. Lomion already through most of the Metroid rooms here on the final one. Nice grouping strat. Or, I'm sorry, jooniejoone is already through the Metroid rooms. Lomion's coming back through Green Hill Zone.
Yeah, man, those were some nice Metroid rooms. Real blink and
really
you missed
clean.
it.
Yeah. And jooniejoone's doing this all on 3 E-tanks. That is no small feat.
Yeah, so he's got 2 reserves that he can fall back on. I still wouldn't be surprised by a save here, honestly. Like jooniejoone's a very accomplished runner, but
100%.
one bad catch up and that's the race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I would now they don't know, they're not allowed to watch each other, so they don't know. Jooniejoone would not know that this far ahead, but still might be on his mind to save.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're probably both going, why isn't my opponent done yet?
Yeah, especially since they both know where the suit that they missed was now, and they're both like, "Oh, well, my opponent totally should have like gone there and gotten that."
Yep.
And that's the thing is, in these races, you take radically different routes.
Yeah.
So it's like never assume that you're ahead, never assume you're behind. Oftentimes, it's just best to play a clean game.
Yep, and there was jooniejoone with that save. Here, meanwhile, Lomion coming into Torian.
Yeah, if Junie does end up taking a death here, this is going to be really close.
Yeah, it'd be incredibly close. There's that nice Zeb skip, taking off screw attack there.
Yeah, and
so
a damage
jooniejoone
skip too.
Yeah, doing what I was talking about earlier to get that Zeb skip, turning off the screw attack. Really nice Mother Brain 1 there, and has tons of ammo to help him out with Mother Brain 2. That charge ice plasma is also an odd. combination. I'm gonna say 15 for the catch-up. So that's, while that's a little bit slower, I think it will guarantee once jooniejoone sees catch-up, he'll know that he can. Oh no!
He's fine.
Oh yeah, he's reserves. He has reserves. He has reserves. We're okay.
He, thankfully, he did not get however many hits it would have taken from that ketchup beam.
Oh my goodness.
Because it can almost feel random how much damage the ketchup beam can do to you. Because
Yeah.
it can double hit you, it can triple hit you, it can just
Oh,
ruin
yeah.
your day.
Yeah, I've had plenty of runs ruined by like double and triple hits. Just getting caught on a catch up really badly. Oh, and Lomion failing the baby skip.
Oh no, he missed the Lomion hover too.
Yeah.
He really likes hopping. If you are airborne when the baby detaches and you're above that like pile of ashes that looks like a waver, Samus will then fall on them and then just hover in the air once they crumble away.
Well, Junie into the cutscene now, and it's this is definitely Junie's race to lose here.
Yeah, really remarkably close race here.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
Like, for how much our runners' routes diverged throughout all of this, to see them both in that mother brain room at the same time is always neat.
Yeah. Yeah, this has been an absolutely fantastic race. Alright, Junie. Oh, gotta be careful. If Mother Brain 3 gets away from you, you can take a lot of damage really, really quick.
Yeah. Uh, one of the interesting things with Mother Brain,
Mm-hmm.
and this is true for Mother Brain 2 as well, is she will continue marching forward
Mm-hmm.
until you fire a projectile. It doesn't even have to damage her, but you have to fire a projectile of some kind, even in just an uncharged beam shot.
Yeah.
So you can get into a really awkward situation where she's like halfway across the room, and then it's harder to hit your rainbow beams, and then you take a whole bunch of damage.
Yep. Yep. I've had that happen to me. Alright, Lomion looks like maybe setting up for stand-up here.
No, he didn't have enough tanks. You need at least 7 tanks, and they
Oh, we
have to
only
be,
had 6.
yeah,
Yep. Oh,
they
yep.
have to
Yep.
be E tanks. You can't
I,
stand up with reserves.
I miscounted. For some reason, I thought he had more. Yeah, it's interesting how this looked like this was going to be all Lomion at the beginning, and jooniejoone kind of found that gravity suit and turned it around.
Yeah, it was like once jooniejoone finally had figured out everything that he needed to do to complete the game,
Yeah.
he had a really clean path to just go and do it,
Yep.
where Lomion's remaining objectives were sort of scattered across the map. Like,
Yeah.
Junie benefited a whole bunch from even when he didn't have that Varia yet, he was still
Mm-hmm.
getting a lot of stuff done. He was scouting
Yep.
out locations, he killed Dragon, he was doing a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's very, very true. Oh
And
man,
of course, he's just a really good player.
I that's
He's
also
got
true.
great movement.
I thought Junie was gonna go and save the animals for a second there. I was just like, no, you don't do that. No, your opponent can be done any second. You don't do that, Junie. And jooniejoone is gonna finish with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 11 seconds. That puts
GG.
jooniejoone in first place and the winner of our match. So GG's.
Also, incidentally, a palindromic time, 11311.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, and chat mentioning there, Junie has done just about every randomizer setting configuration that you can imagine. And he does these plandos all the time. So every day he's racing something different, and that really benefits him when it comes to these draft pick style formats.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw it. We saw it. I think with the kind of the way that you attacked this.
Yeah, and I think that's true. Like, that's definitely true of Lomion as well. Lomion is a veteran of both the Varia Discord weekly async and live races, which have had a bunch of different settings. Uh, it just happened that in this one, Junie managed to come out ahead.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, we mentioned this earlier. I wonder how much of since Junie was the higher seed here. I wonder how much of that played into it, right? Because Junie had first pick and last pick for the modes. It might be something that Junie picked some modes that maybe he knew Lomion wasn't that familiar with. Like this Chozo one right off the bat. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what order he picked them in?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have thought that you have to pick like the randomization mode first, so Chozo, major minors, or full randomization, and then. But I'm not
yeah,
sure.
you choose which of the three settings you want to pick first. All right, and we are joined by jooniejoone, the winner of today's race. GG.
Well, we can ask. Junie, you had first pick on the modes. What mode did you pick?
I think I picked Chozo.
Okay.
Aha. See?
First.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
All right, now we're joined by Lomion as well. GG.
Yeah, GG.
GG, Lomion.
I was really surprised that you weren't done when I got to G4.
Oh, I got so lost. I had no idea where I was like the entire time. At the end, after coming out of Lower Norfair, I was so lucky that came out into Meridia because I knew where G4 was in that area, but I had no idea where that area was. So if it had come out somewhere else, I would have been. It had taken me forever to find G4.
Not an easy map.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
I had a bad time.
Yeah, it was kind of an awkward map in a few ways. Like West Meridia and East Meridia had no real good way of getting between the two of them. Thankfully, we didn't have like a forgotten highway Tyrian or anything like that.
I thought that might be a possibility when we hadn't seen it yet, but I think Junie went in there first and discovered that it was not.
Yeah. I saved and ran down there. I just because sometimes it can be. I hadn't found Kraid's lair yet, and I didn't know where Turian was at the time. So I was like, if it's either of those two, I want to know what's over here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is probably feels almost obvious to say with an area rando, but you two took very different routes. From effectively the outset, the first time you could have made a different decision, you did, where Lomion decided to check the gate behind Morph, and Junie just continued upward.
Okay, yeah. That was my first glimmer of hope that I might have a chance, since that just led directly to Varia.
Yeah, and Junie, you skipped that Varia for quite a long time.
I sure did. Yeah, everything went wrong. So I forgot that it was an area rando at first, so that's why I went up the elevator. Otherwise I would have checked that transition. When I got into Red Tower, I was like, okay, are there any Chozos in here? And I was like, no, there's no Chozos. The only Chozo in this area is Spazer, and I don't want to go all the way down there right now. I completely forgot about Alpha PBs, so so I passed it up,
rough.
and then did all those hell runs, and yeah, this was boy, it was rough.
Yeah. It was so sad watching you reset those high jump boots and then
Oh man!
go
And then
reset that
reset
charge.
charge beam. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was.
And
I'm s-
one more tank, and I'd have been able to make it, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so I
didn't
was
know.
sitting there. I'm going like, wait a minute. June just reset high jump boots. And Glove's like, yeah, he doesn't have enough energy to get out of there. That sucks.
yeah, the whole thing was rough. I was
Yeah.
sad. I was very sad all the way through.
Yeah.
Well, you pulled the W out of it. Like
I did.
Yeah,
somehow.
the big thing, honestly, that I think helped you was once you got to the point where you realized, like, you knew what all your remaining objectives were and you knew how to get the things that you needed to get, you had a really clean route. Whereas Lomion, you first cleared all of Wrecked Ship before going down to check the boss and find the gravity there.
Yeah, not just that, but like I found Wreck Ship, I don't know, half hour in, 45 minutes in. If I'd just gone and fought Kraid, then I would have won by 10 minutes. But instead, I just basically cleared the entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did find a lot of movement items. You had space jump, speed booster, high jump boots. The only thing you didn't find actually was the one, were the two things that Junie found: spring ball and screw attack.
Where was screw attack?
230.
230.
Okay, so you were logically expected to get your first missiles at Gauntlet.
Yes.
See, what happened is I saw what was at Bomb Chorizo and said, okay, there must just be missiles at 230. I mean, that wasn't until after I'd already done Lower Norfair, so I guess it didn't really matter.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, the screw attack wouldn't have been a huge boon to you. I thought that you had forgotten it, honestly. And so I was really hoping you wouldn't remember it and try to come back to it.
Well, yeah, Glove and I were both saying he probably forgot that 230 was a Choso statue.
It's the easiest one to forget, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
It is.
Yeah, but you had that next level play. Yeah.
Which one is that?
Just the next level play of like trying to think through the logic.
Oh
chain,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay, it has to be missiles.
Yeah, trying to figure out what the early game was supposed to be 45 minutes into the seed.
Yeah, it was a really interesting seed, played really well on both of your parts. Like, especially given that these were settings that had never come up before in the Rando League.
It's a very weird combination, because I run a lot of area Rando, but almost all of them have Rando start, so they're all full Rando. So trying to adapt to either Major Minor or Chozo is very strange.
It's bizarre. Yeah, I practiced one of these yesterday, and it was much nicer than this one was.
Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah. But other than these two, I've never done it with these settings, so it was fun.
I think there was a weekly, one of the live weeklies at Bavaria randomizer runs that I ended up playing through the entire thing, and it wasn't until I saw Pizza's comment after I finished, like, oh, that was actually Chozo, and I was like, wait, it was?
Oh, maybe I did do one then, because I probably played that one. But it's weird.
But what I was really hoping for was that Gravity would be at GT, because that would both be very Cosmic Brain with doing the Varia only acid bath, and also, like, who knows when Junie would have gotten to that.
Yeah, who knows, because I had no idea where Lower Norfair was. I knew I had found both sides of it, and I had no idea where either of them were. So I was just running around everywhere.
Yeah, definitely one of the
something that took
weirder
you a bit.
maps.
What was that, Lomi?
Definitely one of the weirder maps I've seen.
Yeah. That's the benefit of I guess kind of these kinds of modes. So interesting. Is there anything you guys are going to be looking for your teammates? Are they done? Or no?
I mean, I hope they
No,
both
we
win.
got 2 of them tomorrow.
Yeah. Is
Is it 2? Oh yeah, 2 tomorrow.
so
Today's Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Today is still Friday.
Oh, today is Friday. Isn't there
Yeah.
one tomorrow, one on Sunday?
We have a ton of upcoming races. If you want to talk about those, we can join us. This is the last race for today. Tomorrow, Saturday, May 1st at 10 a.m., we're going to have the Golden Showers versus the Clippers, MM2 Nest Cartridge versus OK Beamer. That's going to be on Speed Gaming 2 at 2 p.m., all these times Eastern Time. We have Krakow Vin versus Dog Ate My Morph Ball. And at 3 p.m., we're going to have Vileplumes versus Order of the Elephant. And another race at 3 p.m., we have Slow versus Team 3. At 4 p.m., we're going to have the Hylian Space Jump Frogs versus the Cat Jammers. And to cap off the day tomorrow, we're going to have Nevdi versus Slow Guy. So that'll be very interesting. A lot of really interesting stuff. And if you're looking for that third match for the Clippers versus the Golden Showers, it's going to be Sunday, May 2nd at 1 p.m. So be sure to check out the schedule to find out all of the action here for the Super Metroid Item Randomizer League, as well as all the really cool stuff that's going on the Speed Gaming family of channels. Before we head off, you folks have any final thoughts here?
I wish I'd done some of the stuff differently, but what else is new?
Always,
Very fair.
always. Yeah, thanks so much for commentating and everybody in the background as always. And this was fun. This was a ride. So
Yeah, did it out.
Yeah, shout outs to our tracker, Madewalk Herd, who has taken care of all of the stuff on the screen for us. And thanks, Glove, for joining me here in the booth.
Yeah, thanks, Severoth, for coming with me. It's been a really fun one to commentate. Go follow the runners, go follow the restream team. And with all of that out of the way, we'll see you next mission.